3 years ago, while my wife and I were preparing for our civil marriage and our temple marriage, we received a call informing us that civil marriages were canceled due to a strike. We received the call 3 days before the scheduled ceremony. After several attempts at other offices and not finding available appointments, we began to feel distressed and doubtful that we really could get married as planned. My fiancée and I called, putting our souls to God in prayer. Finally, someone told us about an office in a small town on the outskirts of the city where an acquaintance was the mayor. Without hesitation, we went to visit him and asked him if it would be possible to marry us. To our joy, he agreed. His secretary emphasized to us that we had to obtain a certificate in that city and deliver all the documents before noon the next day. The next day, we moved to the small town and went to the police station to request the required document. To our surprise, the officer said that he would not give it to us because many young couples had been running away from their families to get married secretly in that town, which of course was not our case. Again, fear and sadness overtook us. I remember how I silently called out to my Heavenly Father so as not to fall. I received a clear impression in my mind, repeatedly saying, "Temper recommend, temper recommend." I immediately took out my temper recommend and handed it to the officer, to my fiancé's bewilderment. What a surprise we had when we heard the officer say, "Why didn't you tell me that you are from the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints? I know your church well." So he immediately began to prepare the document. We were even more surprised when the officer left the station without saying anything. 50 minutes passed, and he did not return. It was already 11:55 in the morning, and we only had until noon to deliver the papers. Suddenly, he appeared with a beautiful puppy and told us it was a wedding gift and gave it to us along with the document. We ran toward the mayor's office with our document and our new dog. Then, we saw an official vehicle coming toward us. I stopped in front of it. The vehicle stopped, and we saw the secretary inside. Seeing us, she said, "I'm sorry, I told you noon. I must go on another errand." I humbled myself in silence, calling with all my heart to my Heavenly Father, asking for help once again to not fall. Suddenly, the miracle happened. The secretary said to us, "What a beautiful dog you have. Where could I find one like that for my son?" "It's for you," we immediately replied. The secretary looked at us with surprise and said, "Okay, let's go to the office and make the arrangement." 2 days later, Carol and I were married civilly as planned, and then we were sealed in the Lima, Peru temple.